Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we have our review for Z-Warp, a retro style vertical shooter that's actually very good. How about that, eh? Watch on and find out why. Z-Warp brings the simplicity of retro vertical shoot-em-ups to the living room with a neon sci-fi horror aesthetic and an innovative bomb mechanic that caught me by surprise for all the right reasons. The story is wafer thin, and it sees your pilot navigating the gross innards of a giant space monster in the hope of retrieving a missing black box. It's a serviceable yet forgettable plot for a game that's all about the shooting. Basic shoot-em-up rules apply in Z-Warp. Tapping the fire button produces a wide spread of bullets from your ship, while holding down the fire button produces a concentrated, roaring column of energy at the expense of a severely reduced movement speed. Players need to effectively use both shooting styles to destroy the waves of oncoming enemies. Mixing things up a little was the aforementioned bomb mechanic. Unlike other retro shoot-em-ups where bombs are a rare commodity for use in only the direst of circumstances, Z-Warp wants you to bomb constantly. The bombs in Z-Warp are unlimited and automatically replenish with a short cooldown. The bombs have two stages of charge. The first allows players to quickly destroy all projectiles in the radius around them, and the second, fully charged bomb, deals damage to enemies more often than not, killing the basic enemies and doing significant damage to bosses. There is strategy in bomb deployment, as poorly timed detonations will remove your defences when faced with a barrage of bullets that fills the screen, and there's a huge amount of fun to be had when you get it right. Z-Warp's story mode consists of 5 levels that weave around the insides of the space monster. Each level is relatively short and structured in the same way, with waves of enemy ships and aliens pouring onto the screen before you face off against the level boss. The whole story can be completed in around 20 minutes, but there are multiple difficulty levels available to provide extra challenge to adventurous pilots. I personally only found myself completing successful runs on the lowest difficulty setting, as the harder settings overwhelmed me, as my creaking digits and my slow reflexes prevented me from circumventing the alien onslaught. Endless Mode, the one only other mode in the game, allows you to replay the same levels from the story with varying difficulty levels. When the final boss is defeated in this mode, players are returned to the first level with a small difficulty bump. The action keeps on going until all credits have been lost. Endless Mode is really there for expert players to jump into, and the online leaderboards provide motivation to keep shooting away. Generally speaking, Z-Warp looks the part with the retro graphics, echoing the appearance of a game that could have been released back in the days of the Sega Mega Drive. However, performance does become an issue in scenes with a plethora of bullets and explosions, and the game does slow down to a crawl during some boss fights, even on PS5. Some of the visual effects detract from the experience, with your charged laser being a prolific offender, as its beam can actively hide enemies from view. Overall, Z-Warp is a fun retro shoot-em-up, and it's great to see modern consoles getting some of that retro love. If the likes of Z-Warp and the recently announced Wonder Boy collection are anything to go by, then retro fans still have plenty to look forward to in 2022. And that is the end of this review. Thank you, as always, for watching, and I do hope you found this video useful in some way. If you do enjoy what we put out, why not go ahead and give the like button a little tickle and nudge the subscription button too while you're down there. Don't forget to turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.